That looks alright to me. Yep, we did. Rip Mario. Now we're playing another Mario game. This is another Mario game where it's like kind of the same... Yeah, this is another Mario game. Who'd have thought? See, that's the thing. People say this... People say all Mario games are easy. It's like, oh, Super Mario Brothers 2, that's like a baby game. Easiest thing in the world. I beat it. I got it for my birthday, and I beat it in 2 hours. First time I ever saw it. Oh, Super Mario World? Where's the challenge? Mario World is the worst Mario game because there's no challenge. I'm bad at this game too. Like, don't get me wrong, I beat it because you have unlimited continues and it has like a map system and everything, and you can retry levels as much as you want. So I beat this game as a kid, and I've beat it several times since then. Yep. Fair enough, Smash Brother. I will make another attempt at Mario 2 tomorrow. But yeah, I'm back. I guess the reason this game lacks challenge is because of all of that stuff I said. Even though I'm bad at this game, the game's even if you're bad at the game still lets you beat it. Unlike Mario Brothers 1 or 2 or 3 for that matter. Actually, no, Mario Brothers 3 had infinite continues. It was just really long. Well, you just don't use the cape. I mean, that's a very, very simple fix right there. The thing with this game is I could never get a handle on the jumping physics, which is a really important aspect of any Mario game. He just seems like really light and not... Just the momentum seems weird compared to other Mario games. So I never quite got the hang of it. I keep expecting the controls and the jumping to be more like Mario 3, and it's very different. This game does have a lot of cool stuff in it, though. I like the spin jump and the way you can spin jump off enemies and all that. All the hidden secrets. Some really cool levels in this game. It's a fine game, but I never liked it as much as any of the other Mario games. Yeah, even Mario 2 I always liked better than this one. The secret exits are a really cool concept. I do like that quite a bit. Special World's really cool too. There's a lot of good stuff in this game. I could just never... That's kind of all Mario games for me, actually. They're all really cool stuff in them. Can appreciate them on a kind of artistic level. I could just never get a handle on the controls the way I did with with Sonic and Mega Man and all the games that I play tons of and am decent at. Is it just me or is the game audio a bit quiet? There, we'll bump that up just a little bit. The cool thing about this game, too, is just the free-form nature of it. It's like going warpless is almost insignificant because there's so many different pathways through the game. I haven't even decided what kind of run I want to do here. I just kind of felt, oh, we're getting good at Mario. I guess I'll try and see if I'm still terrible at this game. I probably won't do like a 100% all exits run here just because that's a bit tedious for my liking. Also, I don't even know how, or I guess someone could just tell me how many exits there are, but I don't think I'm going for all of them anyways. I might do all levels, though. Like, all of the levels in this game are pretty fun. So I'd be fine just playing all the levels and calling it a day there. The problem with an all exits run is that I'm not the kind of guy who likes to replay stages more than once. Or for that matter, like multiple times looking for hidden exits. Man, it takes Mario longer to start running, too, than I'm kind of used to. I think the biggest thing that kind of turns me off of this game compared to Mario 3, though, is the lack of themed worlds. I really miss... like the, you know, having the ice world, desert world, all the cool theming of the different worlds from Mario 3, whereas all of the levels in this game are kind of built from the same generic building blocks, no matter what world you're in. Like, sure, there's, like, underground levels and above-ground levels, and ghost houses, and water levels, but you've got those kind of dispersed throughout all the different worlds. Like, you've got Vanilla Dome, but that's just all underwater, or underground levels. And there's underground levels in every world. Like, really, what is the thematic difference between Yoshi's Island here and whatever the next world is? Can't even remember what it's called. That world has, like, what? A ghost house and an underground level, and a water level, and an athletic level, and a fortress. I don't even remember what comes after Vanilla Dome either, now that I think of it. I don't know speedrun strats for this game. Like I said, this is another one that I didn't really play much of back in the day. In fact, I didn't even own this on when I got my Super Nintendo. My Super Nintendo came with, I think, Tetris and Dr. Mario. And yeah, I never did end up picking up this game. Because, like I said, I've never really been a fan of it, so or a huge fan of it, so I was never like, oh, we gotta get Mario World. It's like, I've played enough Mario World. At, like, a friend's house. At my Super Nintendo friend's house. Oh, you know what I should have done is I should have loaded up the version of, like the version of Mario All-Stars that includes Mario World. Then I could just try out the All-Stars version of Mario. Maybe I should have done that in the first place, is just done the All-Stars version of Mario Bros. 2, just so we don't end up in this embarrassing situation where I've got to replay the whole game from the beginning. Oops. Oops. Wow, you have very, very few iframes in this game. See, everything works like a little bit differently from how I expect it to. Incidentally, I've always hated having to repeatedly bonk your head on the blocks to get all the coins to come out. That's like my favorite innovation from New Super Mario Bros., where you just bonk your head on the block once and all of the coins come spilling out. That is an awesome feature. That should have been in, like, every Mario game from the beginning. Oh, you know what? We're not playing Mario 2 anymore. I don't know what to, whatever. Oops. We'll call it, like, Super Mario World Penance Run. We'll call it a penance run because I suck at Super Mario 2, apparently. There, now we've got all the stream information updated. I'm not going to bother... Yeah, I'm not going to bother loading up All-Stars, just because I don't know that I'm going to be streaming for a ton longer tonight, but... Yeah, maybe I think on tomorrow's run I'll try out. Yeah, I'll play the All Stars version of Super Mario Bros. 2 just for variety's sake. I don't think it's that different from the original. I think it's probably the most faithful of the adaptations or of the remakes in that collection. And I'm gonna try to avoid abusing the save system. So if we game over, we'll just give up. Yeah, I'm not great at this game. I like how they have these deals where you can just flip over to the other side, but there's not really any reason to. I'm not sure about it being a strictly better version. I like the music in the NES version a bit better than the SNES one. The graphics are certainly better, though. Mario Bros. 3, I prefer the graphics and music on the NES version, though. That was close. Huh, that worked. I disagree that it's objectively an upgrade. Like, the music is objectively not an upgrade. The 8-bit soundtrack is clearly superior. Oh, we get to see the cute little castle destruction animations in this game, too. I think that's my favorite, just, like, little extra touch from this game is those, Okay, I said we weren't going to abuse the cape, but, just for this one map where they give it to you for the first time, we're going to abuse the cape. Oops. Okay, I'm not good enough to even properly abuse the cape, I guess. And there we go. Yeah, we're Mario's flight simulator now. You know, I'm not really a fan of the flying in this game, but I really like the way you can like ground pound like that. Like the dive bomb move is so cool. It's risky though, because you pretty much never have any idea where you're gonna land. I think there was a hidden exit in this level, but I forget how to get to it. You probably missed it already. I think this is the regular exit right here. Actually, maybe it was like a vine in one of these. And just to be clear, I absolutely do not want to know where the hidden exits are. I am keen to find them on my own. But I remember the layout of the world map enough to know that there's a... This was it. You don't actually need the blocks, I don't think, to get up there. The cape will do it, but I don't have a cape right now, so I guess we'll come back later. Actually, I think the ghost house has exit to the same level, so we could always go for that one later. Honestly, the ghost house exits are so obscure. Like, a lot of the time, I'll get the secret exit before I get the regular one. Just because they're both hidden in the first place. Oh, shit. I did not think that the game... Oh, okay, goodbye, Yoshi. I did not think that the game drew that far off screen. Yeah, that's the, levels that have the yellow gem on the overworld have secret exits, and the ones with the red gems on the overworld... No, yellows don't have secret exits, and reds do. The problem is by the time I've gone into the level, I forget whether the thing was yellow or red. Oh, that actually does replace your good item with the crappy one. We actually want to avoid those mushrooms. Actually, I think we got a switch palace if we find the exit here, which I believe this is it. Yep, easy. Oh yeah, I think there's supposed to be some kind of trick to this level. Where you get a 1-up for killing all the enemies. Yeah, just like that. I guess you get it by killing the guy who kicks the Koopa shell. I remember I usually mess that up where I kick it into the first enemy, and then he just kicks my shell back at me, and I miss one of the enemies and don't get my 1-up. Oh, incidentally, this is another one of those annoying games that doesn't save your 1-up total when you reload your save. I gotta be better about remembering to change the now playing game on Twitch. Because yeah, Twitch actually has a useful feature now where you can, if you're watching a VOD, it'll like divide up the stream by chapters based on what game you're playing. So it's actually helpful for VOD watchers if you stay on top of keeping your game up to date. Okay, so we want to avoid the pipe this time. Man, speaking of annoying repetitive noises, I mean, I guess this one's player-controlled. You do not have to spin everywhere if you don't want to, but hey, if there's one thing I love in my platformers, it is annoying, repetitive noises that never go away. I'm untouchable. What the? Ooh. Did not. I thought that he would go under the block there. Oh, is this gonna kill me? Yeah, that was gonna kill me. Holy damn. Is this an auto-scroller? This is the slowest damn auto-scroller I have ever seen in my life. That was a boring level. I did not like that level at all. Oh hey, we got our cape for this level. I think the exit's up here. Or one of them. Actually, I think there's 3 exits in this one, because yeah, we got the secret area. And yeah, again, I cannot remember at all which is which. I think this is the exit to the water level. I guess we'll see in a minute. Oh, hey, we got the secret. Top secret area. Oops. Oh, seriously? I don't have a box item? God, I can't... I went to the top secret area and everything, and I didn't get a box item. Scandalous. Oh, we got the coin snake. Let's see how long I can keep this going. Not very long, apparently. Yeah, this is a tricky one, because it looks like the same room, but it's actually different. And I think there's supposed to be a third exit, but I don't remember how to get to that one. Oh yeah, look at that. You can actually see that level over in the water now. Whatever. We'll get that later. It's easier to get to it from the other stage anyways. Now that we've done the Switch Palace, that's just basically free. The extra exit from that one. Similar to in Yoshi's Island, the athletic music in this game is easily the best. Oops. Whatever. Traded my Yoshi in for a shell. Which I guess we would have had anyways, because Yoshi can hold shells in his mouth. Oh, I was hoping we'd get one of these. Oh, hey, we actually got one. Cool. I'm just as good at these as I am at the Mario Bros. 2 slot machine. I'm actually deliberately avoiding the star banner at the end of the level now because it's just kind of a waste of time to do the bonus stage when you have 22 lives. I don't remember this stage at all. I thought we were going to the fortress. Oh, that's right. You can't fly when you have a shell. Uh-oh. Oh, God! Sneaky bugger. I don't know why, but for some reason I keep expecting fireballs in this game to work like they do in new Super Mario Bros. Where you can like angle them upward a little bit by holding up. Which is another great feature that game added. Honestly, I don't know if it's my lack of nostalgia or what, but I really like the new Super Mario Bros. Games. Like, better than the old ones. Or maybe not as much as Mario 3. Although maybe that's mostly because Mario 3 is my nostalgic favorite. That's the thing, is I don't get super nostalgic for Mario games the way a lot of other people do. I don't know why that is. Like, I played them as a kid and everything, I was just, they were mostly just kind of frustrating for me, because I was so bad. I never got that with Sonic the Hedgehog, though. Sonic the Hedgehog, I clicked with me, like, right from the beginning. Yeah, even though I played Mario back in the day, like, that was my first game, like, I didn't become, like, a hardcore, like, obsessed, like a video game lifer, like a person who's, like, obsessed for life with video games until Sonic the Hedgehog and the Genesis. Or really just kind of the 16-bit era in general. I have kind of a hot take about 8-bit games in general that I kind of don't entirely believe in, and is kind of unfair, but that's kind of the point of hot takes, which is that pretty much all 8-bit video games, or I guess NES games, because I'm not really a Sega Master System guy, but NES games are NES games are basically just bad SNES games. Like, all of the games on the Nintendo are just bad versions of all of the games on the Super Nintendo. Like, the jump from 8-bit to 16-bit was just a strict improvement in every way. And so there's not really much reason to play NES games, and yeah, go back and play them at all, ever. That's my hot take on, 8-bit games. Now, the funny thing is, that's kind of like a plagiarism of a hot take that I've seen about the PlayStation. People say that about PS1 games, that they're just like crappy 3D games, and that they didn't really start getting 3D right until the PS2 era. So, similar type of thing, PS1 games are just bad PS2 games. Which I don't agree with. That take pisses me off a lot. which is why I'm a bit hesitant to troll people with my hot take on 8-bit games. But I think I might actually be right on both counts, and I'm not actually being a hypocrite here. I think that PS1 games are actually qualitatively different from PS2 games. PS2, everything got kind of homogenized and sort of ironed out. Kind of like the shitty hot take says. They kind of figured out what they were doing. Kind of figured out what they were doing with 3D games at that point. And all of the games kind of started to fall into the same kinds of genres. Things got kind of standardized. Whereas you didn't really have that in the PS1 era. You have like a few genres where it's like, you know, kind of 3 mascot platformers, stuff like Gex, Spyro, Mario 64 are kind of standardized in that way. But other than that, you got a lot of really interesting and inventive stuff going on in the PS1 era. Like, whereas the jump to 8 to 16-bit, it was just like, yeah, we were doing 2D platformers and RPGs and stuff, and we're doing that again, only with more colors and better music and all of that stuff. Whereas, yeah, PS1 to PS2, it's like they kind of figured out what works in 3D, and they all started doing that and stopped being creative to a large extent, at least. It's like, yeah, there's so much just crazy, wacky nonsense on the PS1, and don't get me wrong, not all of it works. Not all those games are great, necessarily, but they're all interesting and worth playing. I'm not sure I understand that one. Good games are good and bad games are bad whenever they were released. Or if you mean like the whole notion of like good for its time is bullshit, I kind of agree. I think I agree with you. Although, I don't know, it's tough to say. Like, there is the notion of, like, yeah, we all thought it was good because we didn't know any better. And so now that we have more information about what's possible, we can make a more informed... give a more informed opinion as to whether this game's any good. Kind of like what I said with Shining Force 3, where it's like, maybe it's just the case that the people who are crazy about this game are inexperienced with the genre and haven't played all these better games. And I kind of walked that back after playing the game a bit. The bosses in this game suck. Like, every time... There's the old Mario versus Sonic war that still kind of rages to this day as to whether the Mario games or the Sonic games are better in the 16-bit era. I see people talk about how Sonic the Hedgehog has crappy bosses, and I just have to laugh. It's like, no. Sonic has easily got Mario licked in the boss department. Like, it's not even close. It's like there are some mediocre bosses and some bad bosses, and a few really cool bosses in Sonic the Hedgehog. Whereas Mario is just nothing but mediocre bosses. I'm fine having a few bad bosses and a few cool bosses. That's way better than having nothing but mediocre bosses. No, I'm talking modern games. Yeah, whatever. I'm talking about like people debating the merits of like Mario World versus Sonic, like the like the guys stuck on whatever the fuck island in Japan who don't realize that World War II is over or whatever. It's like I'm talking about people waging the 16-bit console wars to this day. I mean, it's more interesting because it's kind of a closer fight, really. Yeah, I think Sonic was better. It's like the reason they have their fans though is because like they're kind of different types. That's actually kind of the thing. They're different enough that there are reasons to prefer one over the other. Like Sonic does a lot of stuff that just isn't in Mario, and vice versa. There's a lot of stuff in Mario that you just don't get from Sonic. Oh, you know what? I could have thrown the thing up there. Oh well. Weirdly enough, I think for having the reputation of being like of the the attitude, and for like the more hardcore gamer or whatever, like Sonic with his edgy attitude and stuff, I think the Sonic games are actually more kid-friendly. Like as far as like the whole rings system, like that's the main reason I was able to beat Sonic games as a kid and not Mario games. It's like even though the Sonic games have limited continues and everything, just like Mario, you got the ring system where it's like you can take infinity hits as long as you keep grabbing that ring. The challenge is from keeping your rings to be able to get the special stages and get those emeralds. So it's like you got the bad ending for scrubs who don't hold on to their rings or whatever, and you got the good ending for the hardcore players. And I think that's a cool system, where you kind of incentivize skillful, where it's like the game is playable and beatable for scrubs, but then you got that little bit of an extra bonus, that extra challenge to reach for the hardcore players or whatever. Yeah, honestly, or I guess part of it was just I didn't have a lot of friends back in those days, so I didn't actually participate in like console wars or whatever. And the few friends that I did have owned both systems and liked both Mario and Sonic, so I never got into those kinds of debates back in the day. In fact, I only even discovered that like fierce debates over whether Mario or Sonic is better. Like I didn't even see any of that stuff until I got on the internet years later. I think there's a Switch Palace. A hidden exit that leads to a Switch Palace in this level, but I completely forget where. And there's no P-switch. It's probably back here somewhere. Okay, that works out fine. Hopefully we didn't need that cake for anything. So are points good for anything in this game? Do you even get extra lives for crossing certain point thresholds? Because I have a... Oh, this is the exit, the secret exit over here, isn't it? There we go. Whoop. Okay, it turns out swimming with a key is a little bit tricky. There we go. Okay, yeah, it is a Switch Palace. It's kind of funny. This game is actually really short, I think, certainly compared to Mario 3 and even Mario 2. Why do I want to use this P-switch? Like, yeah, what the hell do I want to use this P-switch for? Oh, to get the things out of the way so I can flip the shell at these guys and get the one-up that I missed. Ah, that sucks. I didn't get the fancy one-up. I mean, there are a billion easier one-ups strewn throughout the game, so it doesn't really make much practical difference. But I like the style points. It bugs me that you can't replay Switch Palaces. I will never get another chance at that cool one-up ever again. Oh, you can jump up vines in this game. I didn't think you could for some reason. I'm almost positive that you can't in Mario Bros. 2, because I tried it a couple times. So now that we got the exit, there's no reason to go up there. Oh my god! Give me the star. Oh, I want the star. That's not the star. Lame. Does this guy die to shells? Oh, he does too. Yeah, those football guys are actually kind of an annoying enemy. Like, I get why they don't die to just one bounce. They would be a really lame enemy if they did, but, yeah, they're kind of annoying. Or I should clarify, though. It's, like, shorter to just beat this game. Like, we're maybe, like, a third of the way through already. But there's all the bonus stuff, like all the side paths and the extra world and the star world. Or what is it? You go to the star world and then you go to whatever the other one was called. I think it's just the special world. Yeah, and all the different hidden exits and hidden levels and stuff. Like, yeah, this is a game that's all about finding the secret stuff. If you go just to reach the ending... I mean, we could do that right now, actually. There's a very, very short path to the end of the game that's actually not even that hard to find if you just go by the Star Road. I think one of these is a vine that we need to hit. There we go. So, is that supposed to drop down the hole? There better be something damn good in here. Oh, for Pete's sake. Can I... Okay, whatever. I don't think you can spin on ghosts anyways, which was the question I was about to ask there. I don't know what these green jelly orbs are supposed to be. Actually, does this ghost house even have a secret exit? I think this is maybe the only one in the game that doesn't. That's actually one of the minor annoyances about this game, is that there's... Oh, Hey! That's awesome. I almost never do that. How many lives is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be like 8. It's actually pretty easy to consistently get all the same... Yeah, to get like them all matched up. The timing is really easy. But you don't it's all dependent on the first one. As long as you get the timing consistent, you can get them all the same, but it's hard to target that one that in the center that you start with. Like, they'll all be the same, but they won't necessarily match that starting one in the center. I don't know why, but it really amuses me watching the fireballs bounce along the lava. Was there a secret exit in this level? See, this is what I was talking about earlier. It very clearly indicates whether there is or not on the world map, but I forget. Oh shit, that was a bit unexpected. Just based on my memory of the map of Vanilla Dome, I don't think there's a secret exit. This is gonna kill me, isn't it? Fuck. I think I do that every time I play this dumb level. Okay, no secret exit. Well, at least it's just today. Some of us can't play rhythm games any day. I actually enjoy rhythm games. I've just never been good at the whole timing aspect. I drift off the beat. Like, no matter which game it is, I can't keep time to save my life. For that reason, I prefer the rhythm games that are more about movement than precise timing. So, like, DDR and Pump It Up have always been my favorites. pop and music has always looked really fun to me, but I've never had an opportunity to try it. Oh, hey. Haven't seen him in a while. A little bongo drum that kicks in when you get on Yoshi. Just a great little effect. I don't know whose idea that was to put that in, but they deserve a raise. You know, there are long stretches of, this is kind of a boring level, too. I don't like this one, either. Maybe it's just these early levels. I remember this game having better levels than this, but, yeah, a lot of these early ones are kind of boring. There was that other underground auto-scroller earlier on, this one where you slowly ride the platform. Okay. We got bullet bills flying in from every angle. This is already more exciting than anything we saw in that last stage. Oh, I was just about to say, it's like they specifically positioned them so that they aren't ever in any danger of hitting you. Oh wow, now they're literally coming from every angle. I think you actually get diagonal ones later in the game, too. Uh-oh. I bet you we got a replacement in here. Ooh, nice. Ooh, that's tricky. I was just gonna say, I think we should switch to the feather for this one. Oh, how the heck am I supposed to get that in time? Yeah, I don't know why they make some of these 1-ups so difficult to get when there are so many easy-to-get ones out there. It's like, oh no, I missed the 1-up. Now I've only got 33 lives instead of 34. Contrast with Super Mario Bros. 2, where it's like every 1-up is just like a godsend. Because other than finding them in the levels, which are very rare, the only way you get them is by playing a dumb slot machine. I was sorely tempted to spin jump there. It's like a spin jump here, right? They want me to spin jump, but no, that will get you killed. Also, I knew this guy was in this game. Couldn't quite remember. I pointed him out in Yoshi's Island. It's like, oh, this is just in Super Mario, just like Super Mario World, right? But I couldn't quite remember if he actually appeared like this. But he does. In exactly the same way, too, firing out the magic bolts that turn blocks into enemies. I actually can't remember who's the boss of this castle. Let's see, we fought the guy on the flippy platform. We fought the guy who runs up the walls. I actually don't even remember who the other bosses are in this game. Oh, right, it's the one that, yeah, the whack-a-mole out of the pipes. That's right. This is another boring level. Do I not like Super Mario World? It's been a long time since I played this game. Like, I don't play it that often because I'm not crazy about it. I always thought I liked it. I have fond memories of playing Super Mario World as a kid and even afterwards. But I don't know, I'm just noticing a lot of boring nonsense this time around. That does happen sometimes. That's why I like revisiting these old games from time to time, seeing how my perspective changes over time. It's like, can you really say you like a game if you haven't played it recently? Maybe you'll feel differently about it. With sort of your different perspective and old age and all of that. I think there are only like 2 levels before the next castle. This is yeah, the bridge world is really strange. Bunch of crazy secret exits, if I remember right, though. Yeah, there are like 2 levels before the next castle. Oh no. Ooh, I want that coin. Hey-oh. Hey-oh. I want that block. These are not easy to get. Okay, now this level gets boring. Oh, okay. Now it gets interesting. Because yeah, once the platforms get spaced too far apart, you can't actually jump between them anymore. Oh! Oh wow, and you just miss the checkpoint if you don't ride that top one. Like, yeah, this bit right here just seems like time-wasting filler. It's like, really, you couldn't think of anything more interesting to put in that little pipe diversion? And people say this is better than Sonic the Hedgehog? I'm just trolling a little bit. I'm sure I remember there being good and interesting levels in this game. Like, I definitely remember that all of the special world levels were really cool. Like, yeah, Tubular, Radical, all that stuff. Those were cool levels, I remember. Bowser's Castle was really cool. Star World has some amazing levels. What have I been saying, though? Mario games are hardcore. These are like the most difficult games out there. Were you not watching the Sonic 2 port? Or Sonic 2? No, that's the reason why I failed. Yeah, failed to beat Mario 2. I thought I was playing Sonic the whole time. Whoops. Okay, we'll do better next time then. Honestly, I think the reason these games have a reputation as being so easy is because, like, a lot of non-gamers grew up, like, yeah, people who aren't really hardcore gamers grew up with Mario as well. It's like, there were kids out there like me who, like, played everything that came out back in the day, like, rented games, you know, 2 or 3 times a month. then there are people out there who like owned nothing but Mario. They like had a Nintendo with Mario and that was it. And they got good at those games for that reason. Like, I have personal friends who aren't really hardcore gamers who can, like, 1cc Mario with no difficulty whatsoever. That was kind of the thing that motivated me to do my whole Mario 1 series. Was finding out that, like, all of my friends can beat, can, like, 2-loop Mario 1 without having to continue. And it's like, what? I'm the only one who finds this game hard? Really? Oh no! Oh no! Well, that sucked. Yeah, Super Mario Odyssey looks really interesting. That's actually the one game that has me the most interested in getting a Switch. And I'm not... And like, it's not like I'm super excited to play it because I think it's going to be the most amazing thing ever. I don't know what I'm going to think of Super Mario Odyssey. It looks like I might love it or hate it. It's hard to tell. Just based on discussion of the game and watching people playing it. Based on Joseph Anderson's playthrough, because I saw him stream a fair bit of it, I thought it looked like a pretty crappy game. Just like big and empty and with a bunch of... or not really empty, it's densely packed with secrets. They just don't feel very impactful. It's like... I don't know how to describe it. Like wide... It's like spread widely, but with no depth. It's like... I don't know how to describe it. There's like only one type of hidden secret in that game, really. It's like, oh, you're going for the moons. Everything is a moon. And it's not all shallow, though. There's some really cool and interesting challenges in that game. It's just your reward is a moon. It's like, oh, we go to this cool little side area where you're, like, transforming into bullet bills or whatever to get through. Or all kinds of, yeah, like the crazy transformation side rooms. And it's like, oh, cool. And then you get a moon. And then sometimes it's just like, oh, pound the ground where this tree is. And you get a moon. Whoops. There's, like, no incentive to do the cool stuff. And a lot of incentive to do a lot of the boring stuff. I don't know about the structure of that game. It doesn't seem like it's sensibly put together. But on the other hand, there's a lot of cool stuff in it, so maybe I'll like it. And then this guy, and I think that's actually all the bosses in this game. The other three are just retreads, and I'm not sure even anything's different about them. Or I think the other whack-a-mole fight has like an extra fireball. Like, I certainly wouldn't do Super Mario Odyssey as like a completionist type game. Like, I'm certainly not getting all the moons in that game. The question is, will I even get enough to play all the levels? Actually, there was a thing in Super Mario Galaxy 2 where you beat the game. And then you unlock the green star challenges, where it's like every level in the game has like 2 or 3 green stars hidden in it now. So it's like, hey, it's like a whole new half of the game. You got double the amount of content. Only it's not real content. You're just replaying all the levels. Only somewhere in the level there's a green star, and you've got to find it. And they're typically not especially well hidden. It's just like right there in the middle. Right there in the middle of the level, only you'll have to do some advanced techniques to grab it. Like a spin jump or a wall kick. That's usually about how complicated it is. And it just felt like busy work. It's like, oh, and then you unlock like a challenging new level, like a crazy challenging level for getting all the green stars. And it's like, can I just play the challenging level and not spend hours and hours doing this green star bullshit? Playing through levels I've done already? And yeah, and Super Mario Odyssey looks to me like it's like 60% or 70% green star bullshit by volume, Where it's just like, oh yeah, there's a thing, just jump up and grab it. Nothing else to it, just see the thing, jump up and grab it. And on the other hand, yeah, it's like you say, the exploration itself can be its own reward. The environments in Super Mario Odyssey look really interesting. I think they'd be fun places to just kind of poke around at and see what you can uncover. I don't know what I'm going to think of that game. I could go either way on it, and that's what got me kind of excited. It'll be interesting either way, I think. See, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about when I say every game is worth playing. Oh, stupid Wiggler. Coming in at just the wrong time. No! Oh, this is the bullshit forest with all of the crazy hidden exits that make no sense. Okay, this one's easy. I think I'll go for the standard exit first, though. I remember there's one exit that gets me every time when I play this world. And I think it's like the exit, like the exit to the whole forest, the one that you need to find to get out of here. And it always trips me up. It's something really simple that I always forget. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is actually a similar type of thing, where it's the kind of game that I would never do like a completionist run of. I think it would just be annoying to try and do everything that's in Breath of the Wild. Is this the right way? Yes, this is the right way, because there's a Switch Palace over here. I know that because I kind of remember the layout of the fully filled-in map, but I don't actually remember how to get the Switch Palace. God, all kinds of fishy enemies here. It's almost like bullet hell. I'd say it's like almost like a Mario ROM hack where they just like stick fish everywhere, just like walls of fish come at you from every direction, except actual Mario games do that fairly frequently. Like, yeah, friggin' jellyfish mazes in Mario Bros. 3. Good times. And yeah, walls of cheeps coming at you. These fish are obnoxious. Do not like these fish. In fact, yeah, I'm just gonna off myself to not have to deal with them anymore. This sucks. Now I don't have... Okay, we got a feather. Let's try to hold on to it this time. Yeah, really not a big fan of waiting for these spikety guys to get out of the way. Like, yeah, I am 90% sure that there's a secret exit in here somewhere. In fact, I'm 100% sure, because there's a secret exit in every... Oh, I know how I was supposed to get that. I was supposed to not pop all of those hidden blocks. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm like halfway sold on getting a Switch. Like, if I just had... That's the thing, though. It's like, it's not just the Switch. You gotta get the games, too. That's where they get you. With all of the console bullshit. It's not just dropping all the money on the system. It's dropping all the extra money on the games, because they are so much more expensive than PC games. It's like, yeah, it's not just the $400 or whatever for the console. It's like the $300 as well on top of that for all the games I want to get. Yeah, it is a Switch Palace. I think that's the last of them. I don't think there's another Switch Palace after this. Is there a trick to this one? Oh, I fucked it up somehow. Man, I want to redo that. I call it do-over. Damn it. I don't even know if that gray switch appears anywhere else in the game. I'm sure it must, but I don't remember where. What was that? Oh, I've got... Okay, I've got mail. Awesome. It's funny because, like, when that comes up, it tells me, oh, I've got 2 notifications. Notification 1, oh, we see you're gaming. We'll keep your notifications quiet. Then, notification number 2, you've got mail. It's like, okay. Still gaming here, if you didn't notice. Okay, is there some sort of weird variable invincibility going on here? I swear that my iframes are much longer sometimes, and much shorter at other times. Those are 2 very, very different courses of action there, Maze Whale. I think you might want to think hard about which of those you want to go with. I might just play through to the end of the game here. Like, if you want to know how much longer the stream is gonna go before you make that decision, yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna finish Mario World tonight, but we'll keep playing it as sort of a secondary game, just going for all the levels. Maybe not even all the levels. Maybe I just go to the special world. I mean, I've got nothing to do tomorrow other than stream. It's like I have to be up early for tomorrow's stream, so I can't stream too late. Although I do again have card games at the game store in the evening, so I can't stream all day. So I would like to start a little bit early. What the hell was that noise? Yeah, I had a rough morning this morning, actually. That was the reason that there wasn't a stream. The usual afternoon stream was because I slept through the afternoon. Is this the exit right here? I think the exit's in this stage. And yeah, this is the one that always trips me up, that I can never remember where it is. Boo. Boo. Can we break our old record? Oh, hey, we got 2 this time. Awesome. You know, it's kind of interesting, like, watching over the course of a game series, like, what gets kept and what gets thrown away from one entry to the next. Like, this style of Goomba went away after this game. For some reason, they decided to change up the Goombas this time around, but yeah, never again. Which I think was the right decision. These guys are dumb looking. I much prefer the look of the classic Goombas. That mushroom killed me. Do I get to keep my Yoshi when I die like that? What the hell, Yoshi? That was one agile mushroom. It's almost like they did kind of keep an element of Mario Bros. 2, picking up enemies and all that. Even though Goomba's kind of the only one to incorporate that in this game. What other throwable? Or I guess, you know what, grab and throw is a little bit of a bigger thing in this game, now that I think of it. Because yeah, you have a lot more versatility for how you can throw things. The ability to... The up throw was actually a big... I don't know. Change. Will these guys die to one Goomba throw? Oh, hey, they will. Oh, this was it. This is the one that always tripped me up. I always forgot about that pipe there. So we gotta go back and do that with a mushroom. Or do we? Oh yeah, I don't even have anything in the box. Ugh. Yeah, there's a lot of reused sound effects, actually, in all the Mario games, I've noticed. Do I even bother with the ghost house? I'm pretty sure this is the exit to the forest, so I think we'll just do this one. Yeah, we'll just rush to the end of the game, and then I'll do the rest of the levels next time. Or at least as many as I feel like doing. I mean, it's hard coming up with good sound effects. Like, I don't know, if you asked me to come up with one good sound effect, I don't know that I could. Boo. Okay, that's fine as long as we can preserve our mushroom. That is like that is our sole objective in this stage, is preserve the mushroom. That seems like bullshit. He should have died there when I threw the other Goomba into him. Okay, we can get a backup mushroom. I mean, yeah, clearly there is enough. Clearly there is plenty of space remaining on the cartridge for this game, seeing as they were able to fit it on with, yeah, Mario All-Stars. What? That went right through him. Nonsense. Whatever. We got it. This game might be even shorter than I remembered. I think we're pretty close to the end. Because, yeah, the Chocolate World is really short. Then we just got... I think that's it. Just Chocolate World and then Bowser's World. Oh, this level sucks, too. I forgot about this one. Fucking Roy. I think this is Roy's castle. Uh-oh. I feel like it wasn't supposed to bounce that way. Was it a Genesis Mickey Mouse game? There's... what was it called? Mickey Mania, The Timeless Adventures of Mickey Mouse. That was a multi-platform game. The Genesis exclusives were, Castle of Illusion and World of Illusion. World of Illusion is the one that I grew up with. World of Illusion was like one of my favorite games. Fuck. Oh, we didn't get a checkpoint at all, did we? That's awful. Oh, the one with the spiders? Yeah, that was World of Illusion. Absolute classic. Incredibly easy, though. Even as a little kid, I was able to beat that one within, like, one rental. Awesome game, though. One of the most, I think, beautiful, just graphically beautiful looking games on of the 16-bit era. Yeah, those guys, like, bounce randomly. We got different bounces on those fireballs than last time. Oh yeah, it has a two-player co-op mode, too. That's actually different. Like, they actually change up the levels and add elements where you have to co-op your way through stuff. Yeah, like a two-player, like proper two-player co-op. That was not a thing, really, back in those days. Ah! Okay, that's fine. All the fireballs went in the hole, so that's fine. Can I get a fucking checkpoint? Oh, no, I can't. There's no checkpoints where we're going. This guy... Pretty sure this guy's exactly the same as the last guy. Oh, the walls get a bit closer. Oh, and he's getting a bit faster, too. Okay, this will just be humiliating if I lose this fight. This is going to be humiliating. I'm going to lose this fight. There we go. Actually, in stark contrast to World of Illusion, Mickey Mania was crazy difficult. Although also, actually, an amazing-looking game. Yeah, so the idea behind Mickey Mania is like it kind of takes you through the history of Mickey Mouse. So it's like the levels you play through are like classic or sort of variants on classic Mickey Mouse cartoons. Like the first level in that game is Steamboat Willie, and it's got like the black and white graphic style and everything. I think there is a Fantasia level as well, although I could be wrong about that. Oh, is this the one that you gotta go through quickly? Or I think that's one of the later levels that you gotta do that. Yeah, I think it's one of the later chocolate levels. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh yeah, the actual Fantasia game on Genesis, yeah, is terrible. I played that one back in the day, actually. Ah, whatever, we'll be fine. One thing I remember, maybe I'll end up being wrong, but I think Chocolate World was like weirdly easy. Like easier than the last few worlds we've been through. Although it could be just that I just end up skipping most of this world anyways, most of the time. Because yeah, as long as you do good in the speedrun level, you only have to beat like 2 levels. Oh, is this another one of those ghost houses with only one exit? I forget this one entirely. Okay, now I remember it. Or at least this section of it. That was lame. Oh, could I have spin jumped on those guys? Was that what was going on there? Actually, the backgrounds in general in this game are pretty solid, but yeah, Ghost House has a particularly good one. Oh, am I supposed to fly here? Oh, I remember. This was some nonsense with the ghost blocks. I think we can cheese it with the cape, though. Fuck. Well, so much for that. That did not look like a hit to me. Oh, did I need more of these guys? Yeah, I think this is another single exit ghost house. Oh yeah, I forgot that you had like a map viewer mode. I think this is it right here. This is the speedrun level. Yeah, that message there tells you that the faster you clear this level, or basically it tells you that the exit of this level is determined by how quickly you get through it. Hey there, Wrecked Good. I don't know who Michael is, but hey there, Wrecked Good. I really like that sound effect of jumping on turtles as Yoshi. I think that's my favorite sound in the game. Yeah, I think we're on track for the speedy exit here. Yep. Pretty easy. And with that, I think we only have to do like one more level. Oh, yeah, that's not my name. Good try, though. It was like a 1 in like 6,000 shot, maybe. I don't know, maybe better than that. Some names are more common than others. You might have had a better shot with like a John or something like that. A John or a Joe. Or Jim. Jim's a really common one. A lot of J names seem, I don't know, favored in the United States. We are playing on RetroArch, so yeah, PC emulation right here. Or I guess, yeah, every platform has RetroArch right now, but yeah, on PC. You can get RetroArch on friggin' Switch, on friggin' PS1 Classic now, apparently. Has, yeah, if you hack it, you can get RetroArch on it, but yeah, we're playing on the good old PC. The way God intended. Or God, I guess, is not the original developers, because they clearly intended it for the Super Nintendo. Checkpoints are really scarce in this game. Have we even seen one yet in this stage? There's a Mario fan game that I really like. There used to be like a... Before there was Mario Maker, like the official Mario Maker, there were a bunch of other sort of ROM hacking engines that let you make your own Mario levels. There was the one I was most familiar with was a program called Super Mario Bros. X, which actually wasn't a ROM hacking tool. It was actually its own separate program where they basically just duplicated the physics and whatnot of Mario games. And anyways, there's a playthrough I did of an SMBX game called Super Talking Time Bros. There's actually two of them, Talking Time Bros 1 and 2. I think I played the second one on my YouTube channel. Anyways, it was interesting. So Talking Time is the name of a forum that I used to frequent back in the day. Whoa, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. I can't believe I survived that. Anyways, where was I going with this? Yeah, reading the development thread on that forum, though, was kind of interesting, just getting a sense of everyone's ideas of what a Mario level should be like. And I remember they had a bunch of rules in there, a lot towards just player accessibility and stuff, and fairness. And I remember they had a lot of rules in there that are not, that I'm learning replaying all these Mario games, that are not at all followed by actual Mario games. Stuff like every checkpoint, every level should have a reasonably placed checkpoint, every level should have a mushroom, either near the beginning or at a checkpoint, and it's like, yeah, actual canonical Mario games did not follow those rules whatsoever. There are a lot of levels in this game that do not have sensible checkpoints, that do not have mushrooms anywhere near the start or the checkpoint. Mario Bros. 3 in particular, I was surprised last time I played that game just how much nasty shit they put in there. Like, I'm positive there are multiple levels in Mario Bros. 3 with just no power-ups whatsoever. Or that if they do have them, they're just really obtusely hidden. Just waiting for slow-moving platforms seems to be an obnoxious recurring theme of this game. Like, forget the Mario series, there is more waiting for platforms in this game than just about any other game I can think of. I think this might actually be easier than the first whack-a-mole fight. It's like you got the two fireballs, which is technically trickier, but the flat terrain actually makes the fight easier, I think. Oh, and as far as 100% exits, Saturn Meteor, no, I'm not necessarily going for 100% exits. I actually don't know what kind of playthrough I'm doing just yet. Like, for tonight, I'm just going to beat the game. I'm going to beat the game, and then next time we'll go through and do as many levels as I feel like doing. I'm definitely doing the special world. I may or may not do all levels. I will probably not do all exits. Just because there's a bunch of really crazy secret exits that I completely forget how to get. And I would have to look them up to figure out how to get them again, which kind of defeats the whole purpose. Oops. So I kind of dislike this level, but I also kind of like it. Like, it's an underwater level, where you just gotta dodge a bunch of bullshit, and those are never fun. But conceptually, and I don't know if this is deliberate, but I think this is meant to be like one of the airships from Super Mario Bros. 3. It just has that kind of feel to it, just in its design. And, yeah, all of that. Like the bullet bills everywhere, just kind of the blocky layout of everything. Very reminiscent of, yeah, airships in Mario 3, which I think is a nice touch. There's actually very few callbacks to old Mario games in this one. Kind of similar to, yeah, Mario Bros. 2, actually. There's a lot of one-off stuff in this game that never appeared in any future games. All these different types of crazy boos. Oh yeah, this is a fun part of the level. Again, I think there was a section like this, yeah, kind of like this in Mario Bros. 3. Does that refresh the duration on my bonus points? Also, how the hell is anyone meant to get those Yoshi coins without just memorizing the level? Oh, and yeah, this is absolutely meant to be a Mario 3 callback. That question mark block is straight out of Mario 3. I do know about the secret exits being on the red dots. The tricky thing is how many exits. Some levels have 3 exits. Some ghost houses have multiple exits. You can't tell on the ghost houses just by looking at them. Some have 2 exits, some have 1, some have 3 or more. I honestly can't remember what Hyperlight Drifter even is. I remember a lot of buzz around it back when it was new, but do not remember a single thing about it. It was like a top-down Zelda-ish game, wasn't it? Only it didn't really look like Zelda, and it had kind of a different format. Look at that. Compare that fucking moon there to like all of the ridiculous difficult to get one-ups we've seen over the course of this game. That's if the moon should have been anywhere, it should have been freaking there. Yeah, I don't know what game you're thinking of, Saturn Meteor. Oh, you know what? I think I was supposed to do a thing to, like, make a bridge to get up over there. I think I cheated my way past that. Oops. Okay. I guess I didn't cheat hard enough. There's the exit. Probably, I hope. Oh god! Actually, this will be fine. See ya. Oh, Zeo Drifter. I do know Zeo Drifter. I haven't played it, but, Actually, I remember there was a Let's Play on YouTube for Zeo Drifter that I was interested in watching, so I picked up, but I think it was Brick Road, actually, who, yeah, did a Zeo Drifter playthrough. And I was like, oh, I kind of want to watch this, but I also kind of want to play the game, so I'll buy that and play it first, and then watch the Let's Play. So I bought the game, but I never got around to playing it. Hyperlight Drifter. I remember I decided not to get that game, but I forget why. I thought, for some reason, that I wasn't going to like it. But I can't actually remember anything about the game itself. Fucking hell. This is just like I said, you think you're sitting pretty on your 9 or 10 or 40 lives or whatever, and then you just lose them all at once on the same stupid area. That's not even that hard. You just keep doing the same stupid thing all the time. Pete's sake. I've ended up being wrong about games that I've dismissed before a fair bit, though. Like, I dismissed Undertale, actually, when that was a big thing. And eventually I just gave in to all the people hyping it up, and yeah, it turned out that game is barely adequate. Maybe a bit better than barely adequate. I liked Undertale, though. It was alright. Um, I don't know, I'd say it was overhyped. Like, you know, people like what they like. They're not wrong to like it as much as they do. They just have different priorities than me. I haven't yet played that, what is it, the sequel, whatever it's called. Deltarune, that's the one, yeah. I was somewhat confused about the, like, release format for that one. Yeah, that's the thing, like, it's not a full game, is it? It's like a, yeah, like a demo or like a, yeah, a teaser for a full game. And I'm not really into that. I don't want to. That was the thing is Undertale got a massive amount of hype because it had a demo that people really liked, got people really interested in the game. And I'm not really. I don't like getting hyped for things that are years away from release. Even if it's good, I don't. Yeah, I'm just not interested in getting hyped for something that I can't play right now. I'll wait till the game's actually released, then I can play Deltarune and get hyped, and then just be hyped. Going into playing the game it's actually advertising for. Oh, I missed the secret exit. I remember the trick to the secret exit too, and I forgot to do it. Oh, I remember I saw this funny argument. It wasn't even an argument, it was like a mock argument on Twitter about when you can fairly say that you don't like a game. The argument is, well, you can't really say you don't... You can't really say you don't like a game if you didn't play it all the way through. And then there's the counter-argument, it's like, you can't say that you don't like a game if you did play it all the way through. After all, you liked it enough to play it all the way through, didn't you? So that's just a funny argument, and I think I'm going to use it every time I hear someone say that they don't like a game. I can pull out either one of those arguments. Well, you can't hate it, you can't dislike it that much if you played it all the way through. Oh, you can't really say you dislike it if you played it all the way through. Or I should explain the actual argument. The reason you say you can't dislike it if you played it all the way through is because you liked it enough to play it all the way through. You did not give up on the game. It held your interest to the end, and you kept playing, so it can't be that bad. Conversely, if you didn't play the game to the end, then you don't know what's in the game. You didn't play enough to have a proper opinion one way or the other. So you can't say a game is bad if you didn't play it all the way through. Damn it. That's right, Maze Whale. All games are good. I don't think this is an awful philosophy to go to be honest. That's Stuart Jipp's line, actually. And I'm sure he obviously doesn't mean it literally, because he talks mad shit about video games on Twitter all the time. But the basic philosophy, I think, is worth considering. I kind of feel like I want to go for the exits and the secret exit and skip these next two stages, but whatever. Because I think I remember how to get the secret exit, too. But I feel like I'd probably do that most times I play this game. So, well, I probably almost never play these stages, so let's just try them out. This one actually seems interesting already. I like this stage more than most we've seen so far. At least from what I've seen of it so far. I mean, all the best stages have got to have this music. Like, if you've got a stage that doesn't have this music in it, you could make that stage better by putting this music in it. Oh, the stage is ruined. Oh, no it isn't. I didn't have to wait for that platform at all. I thought it was going to take me somewhere. Ooh, that was close. That was a fun stage. I liked that one. Oh yeah, I've heard good things about Into the Spider-Verse. I am interested in checking it out, but haven't gotten around to it. I've actually been watching Silicon Valley lately. The new Mike Judge sitcom. Is it a sitcom? Not really. Whatever. New Mike Judge comedy series on HBO. Been enjoying that quite a bit. I can find it myself, Mace Whale, thanks. Hell, how do you think I found Silicon Valley? This is just gonna take me backwards, isn't it? That was a dumb pipe. That was the dumbest pipe. Goodbye, Yoshi. That all worked out differently in the end than I thought it would. It's been a long time since I've seen a movie, actually. Been way more into the video games lately. Like, way, way more. Oh, I need to bring Yoshi here. That would have gotten us the secret entrance, I think? Or the back door? Or no, I think you gotta go from the Star World to get the back door to Bowser's Castle. Oh no, that takes you to the Star Road, I think. I have no idea. It's been ages since I played this game. Oh yeah, I guess I've been watching a bit of anime lately too. I watched, was it, or you know, I referenced Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon on Twitter a while back, so I decided it was finally time to watch that series. It was fine, I guess. I watched, I can't actually remember now. Oh yeah, I watched that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It was alright. Yeah, pretty much both of them are generic isekai harem shows, which is kind of my thing in theory, although I haven't liked most of the ones I've seen. I mean, they're fine, I'm just not crazy about them. I think part of it is just that the series that sort of kicked off my whole interest in the genre was Konosuba, and I think it's still by far the best one I've seen. I do not like any isekai that I've seen since Konosuba more than Konosuba. Oh no. What? He's immune to capes? That's nonsense. Actually, yeah, is it wrong to pick up girls in the dungeon? Is like the most generic of generic isekai shows. In fact, it is, like, yeah, the quintessential generic isekai harem. But it has a few epic moments, so I kind of thought it was alright. There are like 1 or 2 decent girls in it as well. Not the main one, she's horrible. But all the others are alright. Not all the others, a couple of the others are alright. I like the, I forget her name. It's like Lily or something. She's like the supporting character who carries all the party's loot in this giant knapsack, and she's adorable. So I don't know if we're gonna win this one. Oh, this is the rotating platform one, isn't it? Oh, the fireballs, that's how they make it hard. Hard. I don't fight people about their bad tastes. I just kind of pity them. Oh yeah, I watched Goblin Slayer. It was also alright. I think I have just no taste in anime, which is not to say that I have bad taste. It means that I'm... like, I'll enjoy just about anything on a basic level. Like, I really like some stuff, but I rarely see anime that I don't like at least a little bit. Goblin Slayer disappointed me. It got off to a strong start, but was kind of failed to keep it going. I really liked the idea of like kind of a grim, dark, like realistic fantasy series. Like the whole notion of like kind of heroic fantasy where it's like you're in a world where you're going on quests, fighting monsters and stuff. When you think about it in like a realistic sense, it's kind of a horrible thing. Like obviously a lot of these adventurers are going to meet horrible, gruesome ends. And they don't really show you that aspect of things in a lot of fantasy fiction. It's all the heroic aspect, the triumphant heroes and all of that. You don't really see like the awful shit that can happen. And also, those types of series also tend to hand-wave away like a lot of the more realistic concerns you would have with dungeoneering and that kind of stuff. So I thought that Goblin Slayer had a lot of potential on that front, just because, yeah, it deals with all that stuff, and in a really interesting and cool fashion. What the fuck? Okay, what was that? Door number 7, I think we took there? Avoid that. Door number 2 was easy. I'll take door number 2 again. But yeah, the thing with Goblin Slayer is it eventually just devolved into that same generic heroic fantasy type nonsense where you can tell that you can just tell at this point that the main characters are invincible. Nothing is ever going to happen to them. They're locked in. And also, the characters were doing stupid things too and not getting punished for it. It's like there was a lot of dumb mistakes they made, especially with like the big Goblin Champion fight where it's like they almost go down. They did a lot of dumb shit there that they deserved to die for, but they got Deus Ex Machina'd out of it, and that's the kind of series it is now. Which kind of means that the whole yeah, grimdark goblin rape scene at the beginning was all for nothing. It was actually kind of a bait and switch in the end. The more I think about it, yeah, Goblin Slayer was actually a real big disappointment. But it was fine for what it was. If it had just advertised itself as generic heroic fantasy, it would have been fine, because that's what it is in the end. What? Barely clipped the edge of that. Anyways, so that was that. As far as Serial Experiments Lane, yes, it's great. It's tough to enjoy, but it is enjoyable. It has a lot of depth, and you need to dig into it a bit, I think, to get even a slight amount of enjoyment from it. At least that's what I found. It is not an easy series to watch and get anything out of. You have to put a bit of effort in to get even a basic understanding of what's going on. And then once you get to that point, there's a lot more you can dive into beyond that. I like Haibane Renmei a little bit better. It's a series by the same director with a lot of kind of similarities. It's got that similar level of depth, but it's a lot more immediately accessible. Like, I'd recommend Haibane Renmei to pretty much anyone. It's just a good series to sit through. Easy to watch, unlike Serial Experiments Lane, but has a similar level of depth. Actually, what I recommend and what I ended up doing with Serial Experiments Lane is I watch every episode twice. Like, don't watch the series through twice, but like watch each individual episode twice, and it makes it a lot easier to follow what's going on. Just watch it, then watch it again. You can even go like sub one time and dub the next, just for variety's sake. Because the dub for Lane is actually pretty decent. Oh yeah, I'll type the name of the anime if it wasn't clear. I might actually have this wrong. It's something like that. Looking at it, it seems wrong. I think I misspelled that, but it's something like that. Actually, if you look for Serial Experiments Lane, just look up the director of that and look up his list of anime that he's worked on, and Haibane Renmei will be on there. Yeah, to be clear, I would always recommend checking out the sub first, if anything. But if you're going to watch something twice, you might as well check out the dub the second time around. Whoops, I did this wrong. I'm actually on point with the Mecha Koopa throwing. Honestly, I think I prefer good dubs in general to subtitles, which sounds heretical. The problem is that there are basically zero good dubs. But like, in theory, if every anime could have a serviceable dub, I would prefer to watch it that way. Just because I really enjoy anime as a visual experience a lot of the time. Like, I like to drink in every detail of every frame, and that becomes really difficult when you're reading subtitles the whole time. In fact, you literally miss some entire frames because they go by while you're reading the subtitles. So for that reason alone, I theoretically prefer dubs, even though almost none of them are good enough, so sub ends up being better in the end anyways. Hooray! Explosions, fireworks. Yep, that's the game. Do I have to press something to make this go on? GG indeed. Hey there, Jim. We were just talking about you earlier on stream, actually. I don't know if you were here for that. And if not, then that sentence will make no sense. This is actually pretty good ending music right here, too. It's a little bit muted for my liking. So what we said is that you have a very generic name, because we were just talking in general about what names are most common in English, and the name Jim came up, and that was the joke that I made there. Your name came up, I should say, to be more accurate, not you specifically. That would be the ideal, would be to just learn Japanese. I wish I had the brain for it, but nah. Would that actually be helpful at all? To have like a... Like, forget the whole Japanese chick thing, but like to have like a Japanese, yeah, perfectly bilingual person sitting next to you while watching the anime explaining stuff to you. I don't think that would be ideal. I think that would be actually worse than either a dub or subtitles. That would be like you get... I don't know. Yeah, it would be like having a dub over top of... Or you know what it would be like... I don't know why this came to me. Like at the end of Excel Saga, when you've got the dogs singing the outro theme, and then you have like the Japanese narrator narrating the song, like translating the song for you, just like reading over top of the translation over top of the lyrics. That's what it would be like. It would be like, yeah, it'd be like you'd be listening to the original dialogue and then having someone like read out the English script out to you at the same time in like a monotone voice, which would be funny, I think, but not particularly entertaining or an ideal way to experience anime. Or actually, it's the same way they do translations of like business people. Like you see like the president of Nintendo or whatever give a speech, and they'll have like his translator overlaying the translation and just reading it to you in a perfect monotone. Actually, that's the way they do interviews with Japanese developers. They do it that way also, where it's like they dub in the translation over top of his voice. The Lunar, yeah, the bonus disc for Lunar actually handled the interviews that way. We did not see Reznor, not once. All the fortresses in this game must be hidden. Yeah, we did not do a single Reznor fight. Right, so that was Mario World. That actually took us... I think I spent about as much, slightly less time beating Super Mario World as I did failing to beat Mario Bros. 2. Anyways... Oh yeah, that actually... So if you bought Lunar the Silver Star story back in the day, you have that pendant, because that actually came with the game. There was no like standard edition, deluxe edition. It's just you buy Lunar and you get the pendant and the bonus CD and the soundtrack and everything. That was the way Working Designs did their games back then. It was a deluxe premium package, and that was the only way to get the game. Are we stuck on the end now? Okay, that's fine. This is a decent place to leave it. Yeah, I gotta get to bed so I can get up early tomorrow and stream some more. So yeah, that's gonna do it for me. Is there anyone cool streaming right now? And if they are they playing anything cool? Oh hey, Clarth. Oh, Brick Road's still going. Is that true? Is Brick Road still going? I could have sworn that he went offline earlier. Do I even have enough viewers to be worth hosting anyone? Oh, we're up at 7. That's kind of nice. I can't actually see if he's online because I'm watching a stupid ad. Okay. Yeah, we can host Brick Road. He's good peoples. So yeah, go watch Brick Road play World of Final Fantasy while I go to bed. See you guys next time.